A Canadian couple was so fed up with LGBTQ people and wokeness that they sold everything they owned and moved to Russia. And boy, was it a disaster. You may have heard about Aaron and Anissa Feenstras, conservative Christian farmers from Canada who, likely with the help of lots of propaganda, are so afraid of LGBTQ people and so convinced that Russia is a utopia, they moved 8 of their 9 children there. The eldest is rumored to have stayed back in Canada because he thinks his parents are, how can I put this politely, nuts. And at first glance, Russia seems like a perfect place for them to go. The country has been actively recruiting people like the Feenstras, and even announced plans to build a migrant village near Moscow for disgruntled right-wingers, sick and tired of queer people having rights or whatever. So the Feenstras answered that call, sold their farm and their whole real estate business, and moved to Russia with the assurance that the government would help them find farmland. But it seems like the Russians were LOLJK about that, because that's not really how it went. Shortly after they arrived, all of their assets were frozen. Officials who promised to help them disappeared, and since they don't speak Russian, they couldn't even get information, let alone their money. The whole debacle had Mrs. Feenstra saying that she was ready to jump on a plane and get out of here. But it seems in the intervening weeks, the Feenstras have worked something out with the Russians. Since posting a groveling apology to Russia for Mrs. Feenstra basically being like, I hate it here, they've basically pivoted their YouTube channel to propaganda. I'm sorry, I meant to say glowing tales of their new life in Russia. It's all chicken farms and squashing the Western media and whatnot. So hooray for happy endings, I guess. Still, imagine being so upset about a group of people who have no impact on your life whatsoever, and also don't even make up 10% of the population, that you'd go through all of this just to get away from them. The grass is always greener, as the saying goes, and propaganda works.